Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a lot of topics to get into today, and we're going to start with some information about Nintendo's next system. Nintendo had an investor Q&A yesterday, and in that Q&A, well, we'll just look at the headline here. Furukawa Switch successor will utilize the Nintendo account system. Now, this was when he was asked about the future of Nintendo hardware and what their plans were, and in Furukawa's response, he says, "As for the transition from Nintendo Switch to the next generation machine, we want to do as much as possible in order to smoothly transition our customers while utilizing the Nintendo account." And thanks to the Twitter account Genki for that translation, and this information is coming to us via Nintendo Life. No, we didn't get anything else confirmed, not any kind of timeline for the Switch successor or other features like backward compatibility. However, since the digital purchases are tied to your Nintendo account, one could speculate that backward compatibility will be a feature. Now, if you've paid a lot of attention to Nintendo's investment briefings, you may think to yourself, well, this isn't new news. Nintendo did kind of indicate this back in November of 2021 with this graph. And you can see here their future outlook and how they show the Nintendo account's going to be used up through 20XX. So I guess they're going to drop it come the year 2100. But Furukawa's response here does give us confirmation that the next system will indeed use the Nintendo account. Now I just have to wonder what they'll do with Nintendo Switch Online. It seems like the branding of that's going to be platform specific, so I don't know if maybe they'll rebrand that, or if you have something coming out called a Switch 2, then Nintendo Switch Online would probably still work. Next, we have sort of an interesting collaboration with Forza Horizon. You can see the headline here from news.xbox.com. Game in style with exclusive Barbie content for Xbox and Forza Horizon 5. Now, this collaboration is to celebrate the release of the new Barbie movie that's premiering in theaters on July 21st. And in Forza Horizon 5, they're going to have two cars. They'll have a pink 1956 Chevy Corvette, which is, I guess, the classic car for Barbie, as well as a 2022 GMC Hummer. Now, this will be a free update. You just go into the in-game message center and download it. And to go along with this, they also announced some interchangeable Xbox wireless controller faceplates that are sort of inspired by Barbie and Ken. But I think the more interesting announcement coming out of all of this is that they'll be giving away a special Xbox Series S starting on July 10th. And this is through the Microsoft Rewards program. As you can see in the picture here, it's definitely pink and has Barbie logo on the front of it, and this definitely won't get any 12-year-old boy beat up at all. But it could be a collector's item one day, so if you use the Microsoft Rewards, you might as well go ahead and try to put in for it, because it might be worth something one day. Next, it looks like we have an Apple Arcade exclusive that's coming pretty much everywhere. We have a headline here from VGC. Shenmue creator Yu Suzuki Air Twister is coming to consoles and PC in November. Now, I remember when this game was announced for Apple Arcade back in June of 2022, and I remember when I heard Yu Suzuki had a new game announcement, I was hoping for Shenmue 4, but we got this instead. And I am interested in trying this game. It is coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, as well as Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam, and it's coming out on November 10th. And there has been a physical release announced for the PS5 and the Switch, but only in Japan. And right now there is no announcement for a physical version in North America. Now, for a little bit of information on this game, it is a rail shooter similar to Space Harrier, which Yu Suzuki also developed back in the 80s. Now, I know a lot of people kind of scoff at rail shooters these days, but I still kind of enjoy them as long as it's not a super expensive experience. If the game comes out digital and it's only like 10 or 20 bucks, then it might be worth picking up. Now, from my understanding, Apple Arcade is subscription based, so we don't have an exact price of what Air Twister costs on that platform. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see what it costs for consoles and PC, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this game show up on Game Pass or PS Plus, considering it was already on Apple Arcade, which is a subscription service. And finally, we have some updated sales numbers for the month of May coming from Circana, which used to be known as NPD. And we'll start with this graph here. Everything has gone up in sales compared to May a year ago, and the year-over-year sales are overall flat, with hardware sales up 23% thanks to the PlayStation 5 hardware supply issues being straightened out. And the PS5 does continue to be the sales leader in both the units and in dollars. And when it comes to software sales for the month of May, you can see Tears of the Kingdom is number one overall. And an interesting note, Breath of the Wild jumps up to number 13, which matches what we were seeing in Japan with those Famitsu sales numbers. And Tears of the Kingdom was the only new game out this month, so a lot of familiar titles here in this list. And then when we look at year to date, Tears of the Kingdom is the second best selling game this year, and this just includes the physical sales. We will have to wait for Nintendo to release those software sales numbers for Q1, which will probably come toward the end of July. I'm curious to see how Tears of the Kingdom compares to Hogwarts Legacy, and we still have the Switch version of Hogwarts Legacy coming, I believe, in November. So overall, good numbers for the month of May for the gaming industry. It's been kind of a rocky year with some of those hardware supply issues and titles getting delayed, but we definitely have a lot of big titles coming out this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some record sales numbers by the end of this calendar year. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we cover catch your attention? If so, make sure to leave a comment below and let me know. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.